Ah, there we go. Okay. We are in the truck at Chicagoland. Career. I got a full truck. You know, everything's maxed out. I don't have all the trucks, so I might have to compromise at a couple tracks, but I'm pretty much running the whole season. And ran Xfinity on Saturday in the league race and ended up winning it. And I had the same setup in here. Well, what's interesting is when and this is a PS4 thing. I work on I put my qualifying time in on Monday, and the setup was one way. But I drive a whole fuel run and then get down to the end and then just do a low fuel, and that's how I submit my qualifying times lately. So I didn't think I'd get the pole, but I got the pole. And we go into the race, and the car is totally different. So I'm thinking it's the track, but it was really weird. And then it started to feel like, like how it started at the beginning of the week when I first started, modifying it. And I'm like, something's screwy. So I saw it was my my race setup, not my qualifying setup that I had chosen. So I go in there, and it's the same setup I had Monday, not the setup I had saved the day before the race, and got in there. Somehow that setup, did not get in. I don't understand how. I'm working on it all week, made a whole bunch of changes to it, and it was just the standard setup. So that's something to check before you go into the race. Make sure you got your setup you want to run in there. Not just the difference between qualifying and custom, but it actually is displaying it. Usually to fix that, all you got to do is log out of PS4, reboot PS4, and it should be good. But I don't know what happened. That happened to me at Darlington and Cup a couple months ago. Same thing. Ended up with an unmodified setup. Because I have a setup in there, but each time I go back to a track, I work on it. Get it faster, better tire wear, whatever I'm looking for. And that's, the new setup then becomes my base setup. And the next time I go back to it, I modify it again. So I had given my setup to somebody else to drive after I modified it the day before. So I go into my setup and I look at it, and then I pull up the other setup that I sent, and it's different. And then I also sent him to practice the base setup I had qualified with on Monday, and it was the setup that was actually saved in there. So, think what you will, but these are issues to deal with. But I was, aside from the camber changes, which I couldn't make, I was able to make tire pressure adjustments and one wedge adjustment, which was easy to eventually get it going in the right direction. So anyway, so we're here in the truck, and the truck feels pretty good. I ran one lap and one lap of qualifying, so we'll see what we got for the race. I think I'll be okay. And I'm also, in this setup, I'm also running a 3-gear, which means third gear is my race gear, and fourth gear I'm using as an overdrive for gas mileage, or if I have tire issues. I don't usually have tire issues, but you never know. And it's not exactly the same gearing wise, because Heat 5 is different. So I had to compromise a little bit, but it's within 3 points. Instead of like a 3-0 final in my race gear, I got a 3-3. But it's a truck, and it should be okay. Oh, solder. Oh, Dilly. Yeah, see, it's sporty. What was cool about this setup in the Xfinity car is I could throw it in 4th gear and pretty much ran the same lap times. But a higher gear won't give you as much acceleration. So if you get your momentum, you know, cut, like, you know, somebody comes down in front of you and you got to get off the gas where you should be on it, that could slow you down on that lap. But other than that, it was good. As you see, unless there's a caution, nobody has to stop to make it to the end of the stage. 22 laps of gas and 14 laps to go. And I think we're okay. Now the way they change the track here, this you get just a little bit tight. Shouldn't be a problem. You kind of tend to slide more when the tires wear. So instead of getting loose, you tend to just like lose grip. So you kind of like gotta control slide it like they do in real life. Like the tires get greasy kind of feeling. So yeah, if you don't have a good balance, so like see I'm sliding up there, I put way too much wheel into it and it slowed me down a lot. But if you don't have a good balance, then you know you tend to have to get out of it, stay out of the gas a lot longer, which costs you a lot of speed at a fast track like this. Now yeah, you can hold it open, wide open all the way around, but you're gonna burn your tires up. Just a little bit tight. Not bad though. And a caution. Nobody's pitting, so I'll have to stay out.
Drive safe, be smart, keep your head on straight. Are you ready here? Green's out now, let's go. Hold your line, got one outside. You're all clear up top there.
As you can see, it slows down a little when I go into the third gear, because it's like fourth gear would be, so I'm like skipping third gear. You can adjust your gearing for that, but against the AI, it's not really an issue. I still was able to leapfrog out front on the start. I had to blip it there because I felt that was gonna get in touch with the wall. 6 laps to go. We don't want to screw up winning this stage. And when I get back in the gas, it rotates real nice. As you can see, the temp's up about 10 degrees on the right front, which is where I like it, because it gives you stability. But it's a little bit too much on the right front. It's like 15 degrees. And a 3% difference. So I'll start out by adding a half a pound to the right rear. But let's see, I'll get into the pits. Maybe I'll have a different setup in there. I only have one setup in, but maybe, you know, my adjustments didn't save. Who knows? Yeah, that's definitely tight. That's pushing like a full pound in the right rear. But I think I'm gonna do something a little different. Half pound out of the left front. See, the left front is fine. Yeah. Yeah, we'll stick with the right rear on the truck.
Alright now, I need 2 more good laps from you.
Now I'm looking at the laps, you know, 11 laps of gas left. It might get loose because it's starting to even up a little bit if you look at the tire temps in the turns. So what I put in for the next stage, I might have to take out for the third stage. A longer run. Or back it up a little bit. But I prefer to sneak up on things than to go overboard, because that can really screw your race up. So we'll go half a pound up and see how it reacts to that. Because even without anything, I still have the capability of winning the stage if I don't make any mistakes. So half pound should help, but it shouldn't be too much. So 1, 2. Yeah, see, I would go do that, but I don't think I need to. I didn't click no damage, but it never really did anything for me, I don't think. Maybe online lobbies, but not in career mode.
You got room, you're clear.
See, I'm kind of like, bleh, I want to hit third. A little half pound, really. You got it rotating. See if that holds up. Fresh tires. No one around you. I was able to hold it open here, but I'm not gonna chance it. I believe I left DNFs on, so we don't want to be stupid. Yeah, it feels it's turning a lot easier.
You just posted your best lap ever.
There you go. So it was a good change. Can't argue with the best lap ever. In race trim. With a full tank of gas. Oh, notice it wasn't the lap I held it wide open, right? May need a little more. I see it just trying to go a little bit tight. See? Just a little bit. But I bet you this will be fine. Especially for the long run. I still might have to back things out. Truck races at 50% are really quick, so you got to be on top of your setup and you got to be probably more aggressive than in any of the other series, except for dirt maybe, because you got to get up front and have your strategy set. Wow, look at it, it's still 3% tight. But I'm not going to change anything for the stage brake, so I want to see how it does up less, you know, at the end of the run. I think we're still good. See, if I clicked it into 4th gear, a higher gear will give you less turn off the corner and in the center. So it would make it even tighter. It's one of the other reasons why I'm not going down on the apron, because that'll also wear the right front a little bit more, the way the game's physics work. It's turning real well though. But it's definitely on that right front a bit too much. Yeah, you got to remember that the backstretch is curved too. And that there's a seam and a bump out of turn 4. And there is a seam issue in the middle of 1 and 2 on the high line. Somewhere along that high seam, it can kick out on you. You can end up in the wall. It slows down because I'm too tight. Well, I'll still be able to make it, but in the long run that could be an issue. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go and make a more aggressive change. I'm gonna add another half round to the right rear. Turning so good though, but it's pushing against that right front, and it's kind of like dragging it when it's too tight. So got to do something. It's off the turn, so that's right front, right rear.
I need 2 more throttle laps.
More in the right rear will help it turn off the corner. Wedges for the middle, and you can do the right front for into the corner too, but it's okay in. It's all about getting off the corner right now. Yeah, I didn't pay attention to what the other settings are when I pitted, so I got to do that now.
White flag is in the air.
See how they came back on me? They gained about a second the last 6-7 laps. That's not good, because that means in 6-7 laps they catch me. And that would be before pit window would open. So we have to make a change.
Want that stage? Way to go, driver.
Oh, enough for the stages, though. But you want to be the fastest car at the end of a run like that, not getting caught. If you can help it. At least I want to. Okay, 24. Let's do that, and let's try that. On that. Yeah, it's a little counterintuitive, but it opens up the rear stagger a little bit, which will help it turn off a little bit better. Feels about the same. Little bit more turning. Oh, let's see what we got.
That's the halfway mark.
37 laps, 23 laps of gas. So at the pit, somewhere around 15 laps to go if it stays green. Or we got to get within, say, 23 laps to make it all the way. Yeah, it definitely feels better. Now remember, this is an Xfinity setup, and typically when you go down, like Cup to Xfinity with the setup or Xfinity to Truck, they tend to work real good. But you do have to adjust them a little bit.
Your best lap ever.
Oh, I hit another best lap ever. I believe it's as you go down, you got to loosen it up a bit, which makes sense. But to me, it's also how you loosen it up. You know, just adding right rear tire pressure or right rear spring if you can. Isn't always the right answer to loosening it up. It really depends on the track, etc. And sometimes you can get away with that. All depends how you drive, blah blah blah. Yeah, still getting a little loose, a little tight. I mean, a little later, a few laps later. Lap later. I am driving it up there. Yeah. Coming to the point where they should start coming back on me. Even loosened up. I'm looking at the speed. The speeds are slower still. Yeah, that's slow. Are they catching me? No. Interesting. See how much speed I'm losing? Oh. Yeah, that tightness is taking its toll. Caution. 30 laps. 25, but it's really like 23. Yep. Be about 28 laps, 27 laps, so yeah. I can try the gas. Yeah, I can still try the gas thing. It's still a little too tight. Let's go there because that worked. Let's see what we got. And I'm 28th. They all have to pit. See how many laps the caution took. Typically it's 2, but sometimes it's more.
Hammer down, green down. Got one down low now.
Twenty-four, 23 laps.
Careful, still there.
So I have to save 3 laps of gas, which I don't think I'll be able to do.
Careful, still there.
I'm not full throttle. Kind of like tapping it.
Stay high, stay high.
You can do stuff like that in the draft. Oh,
Clear high, bud.
you caught me.
Clear low, clear low.
I like to be up closer to the front, but also want to be conservative.
Still there. All right, you're clear there.
Ah, come on.
Careful, still there.
Well, I'll save a lot of gas this way, if there's any gas to be saved.
Still there. Stay out the bottom.
See, they all got a pit. And if I don't have to pit,
Still there.
then that's like
All right, you're clear there.
45 seconds I'll gain on them. Up to. Minimum of 33. It's typically what it takes to get on and off pit road.
Stay low, stay low.
For like a pass through, it's like 30. If you do just take a splash and no tires and no damage or anything, then 33 and change. Somewhere in there at 34. 4 tires and everything, so it's like 30 plus whatever your pit stop is. And that's if you're perfect on entry and exit on and off pit road. And some tracks are easier to do than others. And the AI cars always make it. They're always like perfect.
Careful, still there. You got room, you're clear.
Why would my temp be up? You're barely touching the gas.
Stay high up there. Road clear.
Oh, that's stupid. I'm in the higher gear, so why would my temp be up? Unless I got it reversed, and I was in the higher gear the whole time. Which would explain why it was getting tight. Screw it then. 2 laps. I gained a lap. Yeah, I got them mixed up. So 4th gear is the race gear. But like I said, I ran the higher gear most of the day on Saturday, and it worked out real well. So. Sad.
We've got 24 left.
I'd rather be hanging on to that lead group of 3 up there. Oh, too shallow, but the AI doesn't hit you. Because it senses you're you know, there's like a warning, a perimeter, you know, alert around it that you don't get with human drivers. Oop. That seam glitch. Now, what do I do if I got a pit? If I got a pit... Huh. I don't know how I'm running out. I don't know what tire wear is, but I could probably just take gas only. Splash and go. So you do a splash and go, it's like 3.5 seconds. If you do a splash and right side tires, it's typically like 8.5 seconds. It all depends. Ah, there's the bump. I think it's the first time I hit that bump. It's like on the seam there. As I'm following these guys, I'm not really running my line. So you can see I'm out of the gas more than I'm in the gas. 2 laps. 2 laps short. I settled with this second group because I don't want to use too much gas up. I'm going to save anything. And a caution so everything changes. I should do that, shouldn't I? Oh, something fell. But we'll do that. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. I won't be loose because I'll be at full speed. Because that was the issue. So let's try it.
Alright, be smart out there. Going green. Almost ready. Green, green, green. Got one peeking inside.
See, the outside lane doesn't work as good as the inside.
Inside. You got room. You're clear.
That's at like 90% of the tracks. Which is the opposite of real life at most of the tracks. Because they're old and the inside is worn down as the preferred line, so the outside tends to be a little more grip. But it doesn't exactly work that way in heat. Is that you, Gunner?
I need 10 more solid laps. Concentrate for me.
Yeah, probably needs less grill tape, but I think we'll be okay. Yeah, that's how it's supposed to handle. I get this gear thing sorted out. That was me. I guess that's not Gunner. And thank you. Yeah, see with the heavier gearing, you get more even wear, so it doesn't get tight. But it still loosened it up, so it would still be a little tight. So good info. And I believe I'm a little faster. Yep, 30.959. Yeah, that's faster.
To go. You got this.
I'm not nervous or anything. I'm just gathering info. So we could find some speed in here by making a setup adjustment. Nothing I can really do in a race, not that I have to. Unless I really screw up. We should have this one. Yep.
2 laps left. Take off. Go. White flag. Great job, driver.
Oh, I guess it was a caution.
It's yours.
There we go. Well, another half a lap. Not going to make much of a difference. Only 104. Okay. Oh, no, I don't do this. It's career mode. Yep, still does that. Still has everybody a lap down when the caution comes out on the last lap. Money! Need the money. It's 55 grand. Good day. We moved up a couple spots in the points. 5 wins and I'm only 8th place. Well, I had 1 DNF, so that's probably it. It's probably like, say, You get up to 60 points in a race with the stages, so say 40 points if I didn't get any stage points. So that would put me 12, 28, that would put me up in the top 5 probably. So it's where I should be, but I screwed up. Happens. Cool, fastest lap. Loading, loading, loading. And summary. 55, 661. Plenty of money to start a team. I want Xfinity team at the end of the season. Well, we want more because we want more than a basic team. We want to get a head start on it. Still only 166 fans. Got 37,000 total though, but that's cool. Yep. Absolutely. Going for a championship this year, so. And Xfinity car is a 4-star car. No, I'm not interested. And that's Chicagoland too, but I'm not going to run that. I'll sim that. I'll put the setup in and then I'll sim it. I'll work the gearing out. I can't do that. Career mode. I would definitely prefer... Oh, I disabled the DNF. Oh, good, because it's stupid. the way it seems to work. Because like you just get nothing, and rather have some points. Or if it gives you something that doesn't tell you. These are my settings. So thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, share, comment. Any questions? Just put them down. I'll answer them the best I can. And thank you for watching. Keep rolling.